Have you ever stopped to think about how your mindset around money and time might be holding you back from building the life, the legacy, and the wealth you really truly want? Let's go deeper.
Welcome to the Wealth Explosion Podcast, where we discuss practical strategies for achieving financial freedom and generational wealth. Today, we're diving into foundational economics. Did you know there is a direct correlation between time and money regarding wealth building? How you think about time defines your financial future. Here's your host, T. Ray Greer Jr.
I can't tell you enough how excited I am to have this conversation with you. Let me share a story with you. I was recently at a gathering, an event that brought together people from all walks of life. There were black people, white people, young people, seasoned individuals, unemployed people, employers, and even successful entrepreneurs. We all started in one common area of the venue, but something interesting happened. As the event went on, people naturally began to migrate towards smaller groups. I observed that these groupings were not based on race, not even based on age. It wasn't even based on career path. To be honest with you, the common factor was economics. People gravitated towards others who shared similar financial mindsets. And that got me thinking about how our perspective on time and money dictates so much of how we operate financially. Today I want to share a framework that changed my life, the 6 distinct financial mentalities. No matter where you are in your journey, you can identify with one of these and take the necessary steps to level up in your life. So let's break this down with real life examples so you can see where you might fit in, and more importantly, how to think differently. The first mentality I want to deal with is the impoverished mentality, thinking day to day. The impoverished mentality is all about survival. People in this category wake up each morning wondering, how am I going to make it through the day? Allow me to give you an example. A single mother working 2 jobs just to pay the electric bill and put food on the table, of course. She may have absolutely no savings and no time to plan beyond the next 24 hours. Now allow me to say emphatically, this isn't about judgment, it's about understanding. If this is where you are, the first step is creating a plan to meet your immediate needs while identifying small ways to start saving money. The next economic mentality is the poor mentality. This particular mentality really embraces thinking week to week. The poor mindset plans slightly beyond today's worries, but only by 1 week. Their focus on making it is to the next paycheck. So let's look at a real example. Imagine someone sitting down on Tuesday, budgeting their grocery list for Friday, because payday is on Thursday. They're counting down the days until they can afford to restock their essentials. And keep in mind, they're looking at the list on Tuesday. They have absolutely no food on Friday, but they're forced to wait for payday on Thursday. You know why? Because they're thinking from week to week. They are literally living from paycheck to paycheck. To break this cycle, you really have to focus on being less reactive and more intentional about being proactive. I'm going to share with you a lot of things you can do that will push you to the next level. Track your expenses. Why it matters? Awareness is the first step to control. Many people underestimate how much they spend on non-essentials. Secondly, use a budgeting app or a simple spreadsheet to track every dollar you spend over the course of the next 30 days. I have a book I authored called The Wealth Explosion, The Planner. And in that particular planner is a tracker that allows you to see every single dime you spend every single month. It has categories in it such as rent, utilities, groceries, even non-essentials like entertainment, dining out. It is helping you have a roadmap to see where every dime is going, and it also gives you an opportunity to see where you can shave on certain expenditures that you can utilize that money and reallocate it somewhere else of more value. I'll put the link in the description so you can purchase that book from Amazon. But please, whatever you do, start tracking your money so you know where every dime is going. I know you hate to hear it, but you need to create a budget. Why that matters? A budget helps you allocate money with intentionality rather than reacting to expenses. I use the 50-30-20 rule. With that said, 50% of your income goes to your needs, such as housing, food, transportation. 30% goes to your entertainment or your hobbies, and 20% goes to your savings. Yes, I said savings. Now, starting off, if you're in a lot of debt, that 20% can be used to eliminate that debt, but eventually at some point, you want to pay off your debt so you can take that 20% and put it in your savings or your investments. Let's talk about increasing your income. Why does that matter? Breaking the paycheck-to-paycheck cycle may require earning more than your current salary. Let's look at some action steps. Take on a side hustle, freelancing, ride sharing like Uber, online tutoring. Ask your employer for a raise or look for an opportunity that you get a better paying job. Sell unused items in your house, things that you can generate cash from that you're not using, but somebody else could see the value in having the items that you have. What I'm about to tell you now is going to make a tremendous impact in your life if you use this strategy. Reduce monthly expenses. Let me tell you why this matters. Cutting unnecessary costs free up money for savings and investments. Let me share some examples. Maybe you have some type of internet service. Maybe you have cable and you spend quite a bit of money. I know some people are spending up to $300 a month. What would happen if you just eliminate that cable and use Netflix and enjoy that $16 a month as opposed to paying $300 a month? Renegotiate your insurance. See if you can use discounts that weren't offered to you initially, but now you have the presence to ask for those discounts. Or shop your insurance needs around. I'm sure someone can get you a cheaper rate and still maintain the value you need within that policy. Cancel unused subscriptions. You'll be surprised how many subscriptions you may have and you're not even using the service. Take the time to evaluate how much money is going out of your account and if you really are using the service that you're paying for. And this is an easy one. Stop going out so much. I'm telling myself that. Stop dining out and start cooking more at home. You will save a lot of money if you cook at home. And think of it this way. When you cook dinner at home, you can use the dinner for leftovers for lunch the next day. Also be mindful, if you want to break the cycle of living paycheck to paycheck, you need to adopt a futuristic mindset. Shifting your thinking from getting by to building wealth set the foundation for lasting change. Start thinking in terms of financial goals. What do you want to achieve in 1 year? What do you want to achieve in 5 years? What do you want to achieve in 10 years? You'll be surprised if you start saving $5 a week and grow that from $5 a week until you're able to save $10 a week, and investing that money will bring you a very surprising return. Just think futuristically. See yourself in a better state. See yourself in a better position. See yourself in a better financial situation because you're intentional about changing your current situation. Make decisions today that will benefit you tomorrow. I can't express that enough. When you make a decision today, ask the question, how is this purchase going to impact me today and also affect me on tomorrow? Do I really need it? Is this something that I just want, or does this meet a necessity? Please incorporate that futuristic view. I promise it will get you out of debt. Next thing, you want to invest in education. Matter of fact, let me be more specific. You want to invest in financial education. Knowledge empowers you to make better financial decisions. Read books like The Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey, or Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. Or you can read books by yours truly, T. Ray Greer, by going to Amazon and searching T. Ray Greer Jr. and see all the plethora of books I have to offer about financial literacy. I promise you, each and every book is designed in such a way that it will move you from one level to the next or from one dimension to the next. I promise you, there are just a plethora of things that you can do to read about how to level up financially in your life. And let me say this about living paycheck to paycheck, and we'll go to the next stage. But surround yourself with like-minded individuals. Being around people who are also focused on breaking from that paycheck to paycheck mentality can inspire and motivate you. Join financial accountability groups, online forums such as Wealth Explosion, to stay connected with others on the same journey. All you have to do is go to www.wealthexplosion.org and sign up, and you'll be in a group, an esoteric group of people who are doing exactly what you're doing, who are coming together, finding like-minded people to help them along their journey. Breaking the paycheck to paycheck cycle is challenging but achievable. The key is to start small, stay consistent, and keep your eyes on the bigger picture. Which of these strategies feels like the best starting point for you? Think about it. And where that strategy is for you that's comfortable, start there and start today. Well, next up, friend, is the middle class mentality. People that think month to month. The middle class often feel a sense of stability, but they're still bound by short-term thinking. Their focus is on paying month-to-month bills and enjoying small comforts like eating out or buying a new gadget occasionally. It could be a person who gets their check month to month and they focus on paying their mortgage, paying their car note, whatever the case may be, and they got just a little bit of money that they can splurge a little bit for entertainment, but rarely think beyond the current month. They're hostage for that 30 to 31 days that they find themselves in. The challenge here is complacency. How do you think in such a way that you can grow, that you can start thinking about investing, start thinking about generating passive income? What can you do today to create wealth for tomorrow? That's the focus for the people who think from month to month. For the person that want to break free from the month-to-month cycle, I would suggest when you get paid, the first thing you pay yourself. Prioritize your savings, prioritize your investment to ensure you're building wealth instead of just covering expenses. Set aside 10 to 20% of your income into a savings or investment vehicle before paying your bills. Use an automated system to make sure you stay on top of that. I promise you, it would change your life. Create multiple savings accounts. The savings account that you're creating these particular accounts because they are set aside for emergencies. Irregular expenses can disrupt your monthly budget and create unnecessary stress. So having these savings accounts can allow you to have money set aside for car repairs, medical bills, breakdown of appliances, whatever the case may be. These savings accounts are pockets or buckets of places that you put money in that you can pull money out really quickly later in case there's an emergency that you need to address. I get really excited when I begin to talk about this particular aspect of growing your money, and that is invest in growth assets. Why does that matter? Investment provide passive income and wealth growth potential, reducing the reliance on you working for your money and having your money working for you. Start investing in index funds, stocks, REITs, whatever the case may be. Start and start soon. If you need help in that area, keep in mind we are building an online community that we're going to educate them how to invest their money. Go to www.wealthexplosion.org and sign up today, because I'm going to give you information that's going to change your life, and most of it is free. Breaking free from month-to-month living is about discipline, planning, and shifting your mindset towards long-term financial health. Look over these strategies and figure out which one resonates with you the most and begin to use them for your benefit. The next economic mentality I want to break down is the very wealthy mentality. Very wealthy people think decade to decade. I must admit, most of the people I've met that were very wealthy are very patient people. They make decisions based on where they want to be within the next 10 years, not just the next year. For example, a real estate investor who buys property today with the intention of holding them until they triple in value a decade later. That's patient. That's being very patient. But you know what? Patience pays off. To embrace this mindset, focus on assets with long-term growth potential. This could be property. This could be starting a business and building value with that business over time. But whatever you do, you want to focus on long-term growth. Now, allow me to go a little deeper as it relates to talking about the very wealthy mentality. I think one of the things that the wealthy people do and do well is leverage the power of compounding interest. If you think about compounding interest and the first thing that pops to your mind is debt, then you're on the wrong side of compounded interest. In fact, compounding interest is utilizing time to magnify the growth of your investment through compounding interest return. Start or increase your contributions to retirement accounts like IRAs or 401k. This is using compounding interest to your advantage. Buy stocks, hold on to them, and allow the price appreciation to bring value to your stock account. That's using compounding interest in the right form. Consider this. Build a business with long-term scalability. Businesses that can scale and sustain over time create exponential wealth. You want to create a business that has the ability to bring more and more value to you economically as time goes on. Create a business model designed to grow steadily over the course of the next 10 years. Don't want fast growth. Trust me, the more steady it is, the more comfortable you will be long term. Focus on recurring revenue streams, scalable operations, and make sure you're on top of the industry trades or the industry trends. You want to make sure that you're innovating in that space and you have the ability to expand your business as the industry grows along with time. You're going to get excited when I talk about this particular aspect of it, and that is establishing passive income streams. Passive income reduces dependency on active work and allows wealth to grow automatically. Listen, invest in real estate, rental properties, dividend-paying stocks, royalties, or digital assets. Develop automatic systems to manage your passive income so you can just really set that thing on go and let it do what it does, and you don't have to be worried about trying to keep up with day-to-day operations. One of the things I do in the stock market is that when I find a stock that's going and going fast, I always put a trailing stop on it, which basically means as that stock go up and become more and more valuable, if that stock should fall 15%, and normally I have a 15% trailing stop on it, that stock automatically sells, and I don't have to watch the stock market every single day. I know what you're saying, Ray. I don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean? Head over to www.wealthexplosion.org. In days to come, you'll see our online class of how to invest in the stock market. I'm going to take you from the very basic to the advanced, and you're going to learn quickly that it's easy to do, and it grows your money very, very fast. The next thing you want to do is surround yourself with people that can help you retain or bring retention to your wealth. Tax-efficient strategies maximize long-term wealth retention, and that's what you need. Work with financial professionals, financial advisors, CPAs, anyone who can utilize a system to put your money in a tax-deferred account or a trust or a charitable contribution that will give you the advantage of being in a position that you don't spend all your money giving it to Uncle Sam. Listen, friends, I want you to plan for economic cycles. Why is that important? Markets, as we know, rises and fall, and there's nothing you can do about it. But planning for cycles ensures you're prepared for economic opportunities and risk. In other words, what I'm saying to you is, if you don't have much money, you won't be able to see many opportunities. It's just a reality. Your money being low will only cause you to live in crisis mode. And you don't see anything but just trying to get your essentials. But when you have a surplus of money, you can see opportunities better. And when you can see opportunities and have liquidity, you can seize the moment. There will be times when the economy will go bad, but those who have money will prosper from it. Think about COVID. There were a lot of people who suffered during COVID. But you know what? At the same time, there were a lot of millionaires that was created in COVID. It's true. Keep a portion of your portfolio liquid to capitalize in a downturn market. And I promise you, if you have the money to spend, an opportunity will find you. You don't have to look for it. I also want to recommend that you protect your wealth with insurance and legal structures. Safeguarding your asset ensures longevity and reduced risk. Use life insurance. Use umbrella insurance. Use business insurance. I like to think of business liability. Work with an estate attorney to establish wills. Invest in a trust. Use whatever means necessary to protect your assets. Because you know what? There are going to be times that you're going to have legal situations that's going to eat away at your wealth. But if you have the right processes in place, the right insurances, the right umbrellas, the right liability insurance in place, you will be protected. If you're very wealthy, I want you to consider mentoring or empowering others. Teaching others reinforces your own knowledge and build a legacy of impact. Start a foundation, a mentor program, or educational initiative in your area of expertise. Document your journey and share your insight with future generations. The impact you will leave will be a blessing for so many people, and your name will live forever. By thinking decade to decade, you shift from that short-term goal to that wealth that's sustainable from generation to generation. I want you to sit down and really consider, what can you do or what changes can you make to make sure you're thinking from decade to decade. Now let's talk about the ultra wealthy mentality, thinking generation to generation. The ultra wealthy are the legacy builders. Their focus isn't just on their lifetime, but on creating opportunities for their children, grandchildren, and beyond. Let's look at an example. The founder of a family business who created a trust fund or an endowment to ensure their descendants can attend college without financial strain. If you aspire to this level, begin by documenting your financial vision. Build a team of advisors. Think about adding estate planners to your team, tax professionals, and investment strategies to ensure your legacy is secure. For my ultra wealthy people, create a legacy plan. A clear vision ensures your wealth and values are passed on effectively. Define what legacy means to you. Financial security, philanthropy, family values, whatever the case may be, define it and make sure you leave a track where people can be blessed by your efforts. The next thing I want you to consider, if you have not done so already, establish trust for wealth transfer. Why is this important? Trusts protect assets from mismanagement, taxes, and legal disputes while ensuring long-term control. Work with an estate attorney to create a revocable or irrevocable trust. Consider destiny trusts, which preserve wealth across multiple generations. This way you can be sure that not only you are protected, but your generations to come are just as protected. Take the opportunity to invest in intergenerational assets. Certain assets like real estate, businesses, intellectual property have enduring value for generations. Acquire assets designed to grow and appreciate not just over decades, but even over the course of the next 25 years. And diversifying these opportunities give you more strength as you begin to invest in intergenerational assets. Another thing I feel is very important is the necessity to build a family governmental system. A governmental structure ensures family members understand and uphold the legacy. Hold regular meetings to discuss goals, responsibility, and the vision for wealth stewardship. Create a family institution or a family constitution outlining shared values, decision-making processes, and conflict resolutions. Because you understand that clearly when you leave wealth behind for the next generation, there is going to be conflict. But if there is a government, some type of constitution that holds people accountable, then you can ensure that you are solving problems before problems are even created. Leverage the power of philanthropy. Philanthropy aligns wealth with purpose and strengthens the family's legacy in the community. Establish a family foundation to support causes aligned with your family values. Encourage your family members to participate. Allow them to be an active participant in the decisions and in the work that creates a legacy for generations to come, because your wealth can be used to solve so many problems. There's a lot more I could say, but I guess I should wrap this up. I think one of the things that's very important for the ultra wealthy is to create an endowment or a perpetual fund. Endowments provide consistent financial support to causes or family initiatives over generations. Set up an endowment with a percentage of your wealth managed professionally to provide returns indefinitely. That is the best way to protect your wealth and to make sure those administrators are doing what you wish even in your death. As we wrap up today, I want to take you back to the story I shared at the beginning. Remember that gathering where people naturally group together, not by race, not by age or career, by economics? What I realized then is even more profound now. Our financial mindset shaped the way we move through life. Are you staying stuck in one place, surrounded by others who think just like you? Or are you ready to move towards a new way of thinking and operating with your finances? Because here's the truth. You don't have to stay in the group you started in. You can choose to adopt a new mindset, one that sets you on a path to financial freedom and generational impact. So, where will you move next? And remember, if you're ready to take that step, join our online community at www.wealthexplosion.org. Wealthexplosion.org is a place of like-minded people who are interested in investing and entrepreneurship. Whether you're starting small or dreaming big, this is your opportunity to connect with others on the same journey and start building your legacy today.
Thank you for tuning in to the Wealth Explosion podcast. Please subscribe, leave a review, and share this episode with someone who needs to hear it. We look forward to seeing you next time as we continue to ignite wealth-building strategies that last a lifetime.